Don't wish for an easy life. Focus on becoming a strong man. I used to jump in this river every Friday a couple years ago. I've jumped in this river when it was below 30 degrees. I've jumped in this river when there was literally blocks of ice floating down the river. I actually thought I did permanent damage to my cock a couple of the times jumping into it. We've been hijacked, we've been bamboozled into seeking pleasure over being men of resilience, men of strength, men of fortitude, men of commitment, men of discipline, men of consistency. And it goes back to that old saying, strong men create good times create weak men create hard times. And right now we're living in hard times because of weak men of very low character. Right now, I think that the world needs strong masculine energy more than ever. And in order to cultivate, because remember, it is an energy that is cultivated from within. You must generate it through practice. The Spartans, they would generate immense power through their practices. As boys, they were taken from their family and they were put in schools where they would have to fight for their lives. We've lost those rites of passage in our world today. But I think, from my experience, from my observation, that it is growing again. It is coming back online. That's my intention with these videos, with my channel, is to show by experience, by example, that you can recultivate it at any stage in life. I'm 43 years old. So it doesn't matter what age you are. What I would say though is you have a great advantage the earlier you start. If you can develop the character, the habits, the practices, the principles of a high value masculine man, your life is going to be so much better than if you don't. Male suicide increasing year over year, I think, as a result of this exact topic. Those men specifically, not having strong male, masculine father figures in their lives, not having mentors to lead them, guide them, support them in their life, in being a man. And then it's kill or be killed out here. Life is kill or be killed. It always has been, and it always will be. Life was much, much harder in the past. But I also think men were much stronger mentally, emotionally, spiritually than they are now. So now, more than ever before, it's time to get your shit together. It's time to embrace pain rather than seek pleasure. Because again, whoever the fuck they are, doesn't really matter. 9/11 was an inside job. They want you weak. And they're throwing everything they've got into conditioning men, starting as boys, starting as infants, to be weak. Formula, the food that you feed your little boy, is formulated to make him weak. Look, when you lift the veil and you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you can see beyond the veil of lies, deception, manipulation, and you can take back your life. But until that veil is lifted and you can see life for what it really is, and you can see the games that are being played, only until then will you be stuck at their whims. Morning. So, as this year's coming to an end, I woke up this morning, 4 o'clock, just ready to rock, feeling great, feeling energized, feeling inspired to get out and do what I need to do. Again, to cultivate that energy, cultivate that power, that awareness, to take my life to the next level, to 10x my life. Seeing the obstacles, the challenges in my life that I must overcome to get where I want to go. Being absolutely committed to it, no matter what, cutting off all distractions, and then refining it to see even further down the rabbit hole, what more distractions I have. Social media, any sort of dating apps, you've got to go ghost for a period of time. It's not cliche, it's not hyperbole. If you see that content, it's because you're meant to see it. That's the path that maybe you're meant to go down. Whether or not you choose to go down it is up to you. But it's there if you so choose. But part of that path is embracing pain. It's embracing suffering. It's embracing sacrifice. That's what makes a high-level man just that. I'm actually surprised on a Sunday morning to see as many people out walking as I am today. Because it's not that cold compared to Decembers in the past, but it's a little sprinkle going on. But most people are still in bed, staying warm, staying in comfort. But I know that there are very hard times ahead. And for those who are stuck in comfort, stuck in degeneracy, those people are going to suffer the most. People who are stuck holding onto their ideals because they're not willing to confront things that they've been holding on to their whole life, those are the people who are going to suffer the most. So, what I wanted to share today is, getting out there, doing hard things, whether it's jumping in a freezing cold river, whether it's going on a walk, regardless of what the weather is. You've got to push yourself every day. Push yourself to take new actions that are in harmony with the new man that you are focused on creating. Last night, I took my son and his best friend to Dave & Buster's, and every time, except for last night that I've taken him there, I always have a few beers. Last night I didn't. Last night I didn't even eat at Dave & Buster's. I made my food and ate my food before we went, and didn't even think, wasn't even tempted to have a drink. Commitment. Focus. Like, I have a vision in my mind of the man that I am creating. And that man doesn't do those things. Change only takes as long as you take to commit to it. Once you commit, once you burn the boats, once you cut off all possible retreat, you change in an instant. Setting yourself up, creating your day so that you can't not fail, double negative. Seeing where your moments of weakness are, your windows of weakness. Are they in the morning? Are they in the middle of the day? Are they in the afternoon? What's going on in your life during those periods of time that's causing you to be weak? For me, my period was in the morning and when my son's not home. So I've created a ritual first thing in the morning that primes my state, exercises my imagination, inspires me, motivates me before I even get out of bed. So this last week, I haven't even been, I shouldn't say that, maybe once or twice I've been tempted. But I have not succumbed to that temptation. One, because I know what I want. I have a great life. Don't get me wrong. I have a great life. I love my life. But I know I could do better. I know I deserve better. I'm not living up to my potential. I am in comfort. My life is very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. I don't have to work. But comfort leads to pleasure seeking. Pleasure seeking leads to, let's call it depression. So, hey, I know what I want. I want it bad enough that I'm willing to change. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make that reality manifest in my life. So, every day, getting out there and just taking action, doing what I know I need to do consistently, day after day, documenting it so that I hold myself accountable, and also putting myself out there, getting out of my comfort zone, which then creates courage, confidence, charisma. Do that long enough, 30, 60, 90 days, a new man will emerge. So that's my intention. So step into discomfort, step into pain, step into sacrifice, step into struggle, you will emerge 10 times better than you are right now. Peace.